Why, hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. So happy Ehlers Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month, also known as May. So today, inshallah, I would like to talk to you a bit about what is Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. First of all, it's the disorder I have that causes all of the other disorders that I have. Beautiful. It is also known as EDS, and it's a collagen disorder. So collagen, which makes up all kinds of parts of your body like your skin and your ligaments and your muscle and your cartilage, well, it turns out it's all put together really weakly. So it doesn't really work very well. And it means that your body altogether doesn't work very well because it's just not held together right. It's kind of like weak glue or like a rubber band that you stretch out and it never really goes back. It just kind of stays stretched out and wobbly. That's kind of what my body is like. Because of this, it causes joint dislocations, which means like all of my joints in my body have fully dislocated, which hurts. Yes, it hurts. People always ask, does it hurt? Yes, it does. And then there's also joint subluxations, which is a partial dislocation. It's where a joint's like kind of out of socket, but not all the way. And yes, that also hurts because often it'll like pinch nerves and it still makes it very hard to move. So, EDS is kind of a constant battle of what can my body do today? Sometimes I pop things out of socket while sleeping, like my hips or shoulders or vertebrae. You never really know. Sometimes I knock my jaw out of socket while chewing or sneezing or getting hit in the face with a tetherball. Or other times, picking up a gallon of milk may make my wrist go out of socket, or my elbows constantly go out of socket, so you may see me going around doing this. Did you hear that? Yeah, that was my elbow going back into the socket. I didn't even know it was subluxed. And then you're also super, super flexible. So there are these scales that are basically 1 out of 9. Can't remember the name of the scale, but it sees how flexible you are to determine whether you may have a joint hypermobility disorder. And one of it's like, can you touch your toes? Well, yes, not only can I touch my toes without bending my knees, but I can put my hands flat on the ground and then bend my elbows. So I'm pretty darn flexible and, can do all these movements and bend my fingers back way further than they should, and etc. Another thing that's caused by Ehlers Danlos syndrome is a dysautonomia or tachycardia, which is basically where your arteries and heart aren't strong enough to pump your blood. So when you stand up, the blood doesn't quite reach your brain like it should, which can cause dizziness, passing out, a lot of fatigue. It's generally not too fun. So that's why I've passed out a lot and why I'm constantly dizzy. And when I stand up, I often completely black out. So I'll keep walking, but I can't see anything. It's kind of interesting. And interesting, I mean, really kind of dumb, but whatever. Can't really help it. And that's one of the problems with EDS is you can't really help any of it. There's no cure. It's a genetic disorder, so it's not like there's going to be a pill or a therapy that helps. The best thing we can do is try to keep the pain down. And for me, that means that I'm very, very dependent on Cymbalta, which helps both depression caused by pain and for my brain to actually interpret pain correctly so that I'm not constantly, in bed with pain. I used to have pain days like twice a week. Now I have one maybe not even once a month. It's awesome. Other things are lifestyle changes. So for instance, the way I sit is stupid. I should not be sitting like this with like crossed legs. I need to learn how to keep my legs straight. It's really hard. Really, really hard. Yeah. Another thing is I avoid taking steps when I can. I went about a year without taking like any stairs, and I would always take the elevators, and that really helped my knee and hip dislocations. Gradually, I reintroduced them, and things have been a bit better. Other things is that if you have EDS, please do not play sports. You may be like, oh, I'm totally athletic, it's fine. But no, like your joints aren't going to survive that. You're going to have a lot of problems later on. Don't. Just don't. Don't do sports. It's so dangerous. Oh my gosh, please don't. Oh. Ugh. And likewise, people are like, oh, I'm so good at yoga because I'm so flexible. if you overstretch, your joints are going to keep popping out more. I know it's really easy for us to stretch and it feels really good to stretch, but we have to be careful because if we stretch too much, we don't go back into place like we should. So that's kind of an overview of EDS, and I've spoken previously in videos about what it does. So what do you need to know as a layperson who most likely does not have EDS? Well, first of all, those of us with EDS are around you more than you think. About roughly 1 in 5,000 people has Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, which is about the same percentage as people who have multiple sclerosis. So it's really not that uncommon, even though it is pretty rare. Another thing to remember is that it's genetic. So if you meet someone who has it, chances are we have family members who have it as well. So you may meet a whole line of people who have mobility problems and may need a little extra help, or at least need you to slow down when you walk sometimes, and please be sympathetic when we're having a bad day and can't meet up with you. And the last thing to remember is that if you meet someone with EDS, we're not all the same. It's definitely on a sliding scale. Some people never get diagnosed with EDS because they don't even know they have it. They don't know anything's wrong with them. And then there are other people like me or some other folks where it's very apparent. So I keep staring at the door. I feel like somebody's coming. Both of the animals are at the door like somebody's there, somebody's there, somebody's there. But I don't think anybody's there. But anyway, we're all different. We're all going to exhibit Ehlers Danlos Syndrome in different ways. And just be mindful of that. Talk to people, be open, and educate yourself about different disorders that are out there, especially if you meet someone with that disorder. So I hope this video was informational and helped you out. Happy May, happy Ehlers Danlos Syndrome Awareness Month, and have a fantastic month. And hopefully you don't have a terrible joint disorder like I do. Okay, bye. Did I press the off button, Olo? Oh my god, she's licking my face. Oh my god, I don't want kisses. Ah, I didn't ask for this. No, it didn't turn off. Okay, bye.